There's a new fiesta in the making as we speak. It's out at the Moon Tower. Full kegs. Everybody's gonna be there. You ought to go.
Hard to believe this movie, shot in Austin, Dazed and Confused, came out 21 years ago. Get this, Matthew McConaughey is now 45 years old, but as the actor famously made clear in that film, the party's at the Moon Tower, and now the city of Austin is looking to keep the towers around. Tomorrow, city leaders could vote to spend $2 million to fix up and maintain the 17 remaining moon towers across town. As KXAN's Amanda Dugan explains, the towers area towers are a big part of Austin history, even outside of the movies.
They became Texas state landmarks in 1970. 6 years later, they were added to the U.S. National Register of Historic Places, and Austin is the only known city in the world to still use these beauties. They're about 120 years old and were last restored between 1993 and 1995. Since then, they have been maintained on an as-needed basis for preservation. Many of the towers need painting and also need to be inspected to ensure they're still safe. A spokesperson for Austin Energy says restoring the moon towers is important to maintain a piece of Austin's history.
Also symbolic of our nightlife and how Austin is a fun city. They were our first urban lighting system, and they helped create the nightlife that Austin is now famous for.
Currently, there are 2 moonlight towers in storage waiting to be restored. Now, the interesting thing about this is, say a simple piece like this bolt can't just be bought at somewhere like Home Depot or Lowe's. It actually has to be cast and resized and be exactly the same in order to keep these as a national landmark. In South Austin, Amanda Dugan, KXAN News.
Now, if the $2 million is approved, the restoration project would take about 3 years. There are a lot of interesting facts about those towers. Back in 1884, residents of Austin wanted to install the light towers after a series of servant murders late at night, but the city did not install the towers until about a decade later, when the city bought the towers from the city of Detroit.